Hello, I am the Gentleman, and this is the Gentleman Voice. Over the years, I've noticed a certain exasperation where George Lucas is concerned. But does he deserve it?
George Lucas had this idea for Indiana Jones, and it was basically, hey, let's do aliens.
Yes, he does. But where does the whole exasperation stem from? Well, most people would agree that the slump for George Lucas began with Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. The Gentleman Voice. Critical analysis and reviews for books and movies. Tonight's feature presentation. Yes, the infamous prequel that critics and viewers alike panned. The first of several over-green-screened, underacted, and arguably unnecessary prequels to flood the cinema markets everywhere. And it may be the most hated of all of those prequels. Yet is the epithet deserved? Well, maybe we're being a bit too harsh. Wait, let me explain. It is a weak film. But it might not be as bad as we're all making it out to.
Serves him right.
Oh, no, you don't. This is my opinion about the movie, and I'm going to defend it. Engage review.
Star Trek.
Shut up! Engage! Well, this isn't so bad. We have the traditional title, the familiar John Williams fanfare, the scrolling text. If I didn't know better, I'd say this was a Star Wars movie. But that's not possible, considering how many people hate it. So, let's see what the central issue is.
Turmoil has engulfed the Galactic Republic, the taxation of trade routes. Wait, what?
That's the main plot point? Trade issues? What happened to the whole simple plot of big evil empire against a weaker rebellion? After that simple genius, this whole taxation thing seems really lame.
See, I told you it was gonna be lame. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. No! Give me a chance here, people! Give me a chance! Okay, so that prologue was a bit lackluster, but let's see how the movie begins.
With all due respect, the ambassadors for the Supreme Chancellor wish to board immediately.
Yes, of course. As you know, our blockade is perfectly legal.
Two Jedi are led to a conference room where they are supposed to mediate this conflict.
I have a bad feeling about this.
So do I if your first line is the Star Wars catchphrase, Obi-Wan.
It's not about the mission, Master. It's something elsewhere. Elusive.
Like the fact that this movie's plot is so far removed from the original simplicity? Anyways, we are then introduced to our mini-boss villain for the evening, Viceroy Newt Gunray, a cowardly alien with a very thick Thai accent.
They're here to force a settlement.
Distract them. I will contact Lord Sidious.
What was that?
Distract them. I will contact Lord Sidious.
Fish Tracker will conduct your series?
Distract them. I will contact Lord Sidious.
This time I'll calm down, you're serious?
Distract
Okay, wait. Let's watch that over with the subtitles.
Distract them. I will contact Lord Sidious.
Oh, I could understand you with that heavy accent. Sidious! That's the name of the evil Darth Lord guy that he's serving. I mean, that was very obvious, and it probably should have been, because that's the only time you ever hear it in the entire movie! They contact the Sith Lord and tell him what is happening.
This turn of events is unfortunate. Begin landing our troops.
My lord, is that legal?
I will make it legal.
No, I'm not going to make that joke. I don't want to come across as a political argumenter, so let's not talk at all about the Iraq War. God damn it!
And the Jedi?
Kill them immediately.
Wow, that's rather dark. But I guess it makes sense because they do need their whole blockade to be rather legal, and so killing the 2 Jedi will most likely destroy any credibility that they have, and... What was your reasoning for killing them again?
The Chancellor should never have brought them into this.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Not really, but, we need an excuse for an action scene.
Master, destroyers!
They reach the hangar bay and discover the invasion force is going to the surface.
We've got to warn the Naboo and contact Chancellor Valorum.
Meanwhile, the Viceroy gets a message from the planet he's blockading, and we get to meet another boring character.
It's Queen Amidala herself.
No, it's Natalie Portman. And, indifferent to her acting or hate her acting, she's still not the worst actor in this movie.
Your trade boycott of our planet has ended.
I was not aware of such failure. You assume too much.
We will see.
We certainly will, especially when our forces take over your planet. So the invasion is underway in full force, and our Jedi get separated trying to escape the droid armies. And this leads Qui-Gon to meet with the character everyone loves to hate, Jar Jar. And seeing as how me putting this off will do no good whatsoever, I'm going to go ahead and provide my opinions about Jar Jar now. When I first saw the movie in theaters, I thought Jar Jar was funny. Hey, I was not even 10 years old at the time, okay? Now that I am a little bit older, I see him as the annoying abomination that he really is. And I can also add that we as an audience, we may be taking the Jar Jar hate too far. I can see that many of you do not agree, so let me explain. Yes, Jar Jar is a walking stereotype. He has a Caribbean accent that perpetuates an old image of the unintelligent black man.
I expect.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
He gives himself essentially into slavery by insisting on honoring a life debt to Qui-Gon Jinn, which may be a throwback to the early days of America and slavery.
This is your humble servant.
That won't be necessary.
Oh, but it is. It is demanded by the gods, it is.
And many people have found these depictions to be racist. But even the actor, Ahmed Best, a black man, did not think that the character was a racist stereotype. You see, it's all about interpretation. Audiences will see the same moment in cinema and they will interpret it entirely different. So while Jar Jar is an alien creature that possesses human qualities, that does not mean that he's a racist. He's an alien creature in a fantasy movie. So let me just reiterate. Jar Jar is an alien creature who can be interpreted as a racist creation, but it does not necessarily make him one. Okay? Let's just go on. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan reunite, and they follow Jar Jar to the underwater city of the Gungans, where they ask for help in warning the Naboo. But, as Boss Nat says very succinctly,
we should no care about Naboo.
And speed is on our way.
We shall give you sa unabongo.
Thank you for your help. We leave in peace.
Whoa there! Whoa! You Jedi are thieves! That was a downright thievery move. I mean, you used your mind trick powers to force him to help you. I mean, I can understand using it to save your life, like...
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
Or to break into an evil crime lord's base to save someone, like...
You will take me to Jabba now.
It'll talk about Jabba now.
But to bum a ship off of some innocent bystander and not give anything in return? That is thievery! You just stole that ship!
Borrowed without permission, but with every intention of bringing it back.
No, it was not borrowing! Borrowing implies that you intend to return it. But they don't! If you watch a deleted scene, you even see the ship fall over a waterfall. Yet they said you could have it because you used your powers on them, so it must be legit. But why stop there? There must be dozens of other morally gray moments you could use your mind tricks.
Good day, sir. I would like to withdraw $1 billion from my bank account.
One moment, sir. You only have 5,000 in that account.
Then take the money from the other accounts.
One moment, sir. All right. Here you go, sir.
Thank you for your time. I leave in peace. Oh, and if I happen to not be able to return it to you, I apologize in advance.
Hey, the Jedi don't even get reprimanded, so I'm sure that this would go over equally well. So the Jedi and Jar Jar arrive at the Naboo city, only to discover the invasion is in full swing.
Viceroy, we have captured the Queen.
Victory!
Oh good, maybe things will get interesting. So, what's the next step?
The Queen and I will sign a treaty that will legitimize our occupation here.
So you illegally invade a world and make them sign a treaty to make this illegal invasion legal. That's like stabbing a guy and then writing a suicide note in their blood. No matter how you paint that, that's still murder. But the Jedi drop in and save them.
We're ambassadors for the Supreme Chancellor.
Your negotiations seem to have failed, Ambassador.
The negotiations never took place. Do you have transport?
And because I took such good care of the last ship I borrowed, I thought I'd try my luck with yours. So they race on board a ship and try to make it through the blockade.
There's the blockade.
Thanks for that. Isn't that kind of like saying, here's a pointless line? But the shield generator gets hit by a laser and a bunch of droids are sent out to, wait, no, it can't be. It can't be. Lucas could not possibly do that. Please tell me that's not just a character cameo to make the audience happy. Please tell me that that droid is not
R2-D2.
For God's sake, Lucas, why couldn't there just be a clear divide between the original trilogy and this one? We don't need all these recurring characters. I mean, that's like throwing C-3PO in just to create some poor comedy.
Where is everybody?
Focus, damn it! You're losing sight of what you're trying to defend. Anyways, R2-D2 repairs the damage and the ship flies through the rest of the blockade. Wow, that was disgustingly easy. But they need to land somewhere to finish the repairs, and the best place they can think of is...
Here, Master. Tatooine.
But Darth Sidious is not happy about the Jedi and Queen getting away, and because the Viceroy bungled his simple task, he introduces his Sith apprentice, Darth Maul.
This is my apprentice, Darth Maul.
This is getting out of hand.
We should not have made this bargain.
I think he's got to talk about the script, not the situation. Meanwhile, our heroes reach Tatooine, and Qui-Gon, R2-D2, and Obi-Wan plan to head out to buy the parts they need. No way, he leaves Obi-Wan behind and takes Jar Jar instead. Because... Jar Jar probably annoyed everybody on the ship, and they threatened to kill him if he stayed behind. But we have one more to add to our merry band, a servant girl named Padme. And I'm sure she's in no way integral to the plot. I mean, why else would George Lucas throw her in so late? I mean, he's not so stupid at it. Okay, that's giving him too much credit, but, I'm sure that he's planning to bring in some comedy soon. I mean, some real comedy. I mean, maybe a Han Solo-esque charm, or... Why am I defending you? So the group goes to a park seller named Watto, where they are introduced to yet another of Lucas's poor casting choices. Jake Lloyd as our not as awesome as Vader Anakin Skywalker, the crowning achievement of terrible acting in this movie. Now to be fair, Jake Lloyd is a child actor at this time. And it is very hard to find a really, really good child actor usually. What even I can act better than that at that age? Anakin and Padme get to talking, and again, the wonderful Lucas writing returns with the infamous...
Are you an angel? What?
That was my reaction when I heard that terrible line.
You're a funny little boy.
No, he is as god-awfully robotic as Jar Jar is annoying. Then Padme learns a very shocking thing. There is such a thing as slavery, and people can be slaves! Oh, the horror!
You're a slave? I'm a person, and my name is Anakin.
Don't you burst my naive bubble! Next you'll be telling me that when wars are fought, people die! Bubble.
I'm sorry. I don't fully understand. This is a strange place to me.
That's how most Star Wars fans are feeling right about now. Wait a minute. We're actually starting to set up a moral lesson about judging people by their social status. Quick, Lucas! Engage pathetic humor to ruin the mood! That's our Jar Jar, everybody! That's our Jar Jar! Why are we laughing? That was stupid. I mean, the only thing that could possibly find that whole thing funny would be a droid or something that has no concept of humor. I rest my case. Meanwhile, back where the plot should be, we discover that the part they need to repair the ship is too expensive, so Qui-Gon and his companions leave. Unfortunately, the boy catches up to them and invites them back to his home, shows off his homemade droid, and we get some really unamusing comedy.
I beg your pardon, but what do you mean, naked? My parts are showing.
Meanwhile, the group on the ship receives a message from Naboo.
The death toll is catastrophic. We must bow to their wishes. You must contact me.
What good would the Queen contacting the captains on Naboo actually do? I mean, how would she even do it? I mean, I don't think that governor guy gets a phone call or a holo call privilege for just being good. I mean, it's so clearly and obviously a simple trick that the bad guys are doing to try and establish a connection trace that they can trace them like it's a bad police movie. Speaking of the bad guys...
If the trace was correct, I will find them quickly, Master.
Hold on! They were stupid enough to fall for that? Why am I asking you? You hate this movie! We cut back to the others as they discuss their situation with their host.
We're on our way to Coruscant, the central system in the Republic, on a very important mission. But first we must acquire the parts we need.
These junk dealers must have a weakness of some kind.
Gambling. Everything here revolves around betting on those awful races.
I built a racer. It's the fastest ever. There's a big race tomorrow on Boonta Eve. You could enter my pod.
I may not like it, but he can help you. He was meant to help you.
But not everyone is convinced.
Are you sure about this? Trusting our fate to a boy we hardly know?
That's a legitimate point. But you've only been in the movie for 15 minutes, so we'll ignore you. All that remains is to win Watto over.
If we win, you keep all the winnings minus the cost of the parts I need. And if we lose, you keep my ship.
Deal! I can only think of a handful of reasons why this is a terrible idea. If my hand was as big as the universe. But, you know, we don't have time to go into every single one of them, so pick one. So while Anakin prepares his racer, his mother and Qui-Gon discuss several things, like how Anakin has the potential to be a Jedi.
The Force is unusually strong with him. That much is clear. Who was his father?
There was no father. I carried him, I gave birth, I raised him. I can't explain what happened.
I can. Lucas decided to just screw subtlety and steal directly from the New Testament. Ladies and gentlemen, forget Jesus. This is our Messiah. A barely emoting robot kid actor who we're supposed to believe is going to save the Jedi. Even though we already know that he's going to destroy them all and...
find your lack of faith disturbing.
You know, Mr. Vader, that evil bit is just kind of proving my point.
Don't make me destroy you.
I'm sorry, but it's true!
Apology accepted.
Was it me or was that just weird? But the bad guys... wait a minute! Hey, if I went to the trouble of actually performing that song for you, I'm gonna actually use it. The evil Sith apprentice shows up and gets ready to hunt down our wayward Jedi and the Queen. Cutting away from that... Take 5, guys, take 5. Sorry. We see Qui-Gon make a deal to arrange for Anakin's freedom if the boy wins the pod race. And then the race is on! No, wait, we're introduced to everybody. No, I mean everybody. I mean, look at this!
I see Ben Quadraneros from the Twin System. Three-time winner Bulls Roar.
Granny Champion Pixolito Sabova.
My god, it's even longer than I remember. Did Lucas make it even longer on the DVD release?
That incredible racing machine, the
Jeez, it's still going! God! Think of something else!
Young Anakin Skywalker, a local boy.
Oh, well, at least that's done. Okay. They've been building up this pod race for a long time now. And we have not had any action scenes for a long time as well. So this had better be good. I don't know why people are complaining about this. I mean, this is cool. This is different. This is exactly what NASCAR would be if it was awesome. So, I mean, it's really actually pretty interesting. And I mean, it's actually got even a twist ending. Anakin doesn't win! That's right! He doesn't win! It's a world-shattering twist that changes everything! Anything is possible! It's a whole new, alternate dimensional world! And this is a massive twist! Folks, this is genius! This is a genius twist! And this is the kind of thing that forces everyone to reevaluate themselves. Qui-Gon Jinn realized that he failed his mission. Disgraced, he renounces his Jedi oaths and becomes a sex researcher. It happens. Obi-Wan decided to become a writer, the result being a terrible jukebox musical with a cult following. Padme became a ballet dancer, twisted by bitterness over the genocide of her people, who all died of starvation. Jar Jar was murdered 5 minutes after leaving the racetrack. And Anakin realized that, while he is the Messiah that the Jedi needed, he's not the one the audiences deserve, and he drifted into the shadows of obscurity.
He has to complete 2 more circuits.
2 more circuits? I know I just said that it was good and interesting, but that was 1 lap! We can't have 2 more of that! No! 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 Fast forward! Fast forward! Yay! Anakin wins! Yay! I still think my way would have been more interesting. Well, Qui-Gon gets to tell Anakin the news that he's free.
He has been freed.
What?
You're no longer a slave.
You mean I get to come with you in your starship?
You mean I get to emphasize my words even worse? And what follows next is the ever-cliched hero dilemma and the parent pep talk. I can't do it. Yes, you can. I can't. I just can't. You're stronger than this. Do you really think so? No. I know so. But suddenly, the Sith apprentice catches them.
Tell them to take off.
Wow, this is actually really riveting choreography. Or at least I assume it is. You can't see with the camera so close and all the dust flying around. Hey, how many fingers am I holding up? How many fingers am I holding up? Despite the cameraman's attempts to get in their faces, Qui-Gon manages to elude the Sith apprentice. As they continue to Coruscant, we get a heartwarming scene between Padme and Anakin. Maybe a little too heartwarming.
I made this for you. So you'd remember me.
Many things will change when we reach the capital, Annie. But my caring for you will remain.
Whoa! Whoa! This changes everything. This movie's not titled correctly. Phantom Menace. Forget that. This is the Phantom Menace. I mean, he's too young to be talked to like that. At Coruscant, Senator Palpatine and the Queen have a small caucus about the situation.
I must be frank, Your Majesty. There is little chance the Senate will act on the invasion.
What options have we?
Our best choice would be to push for the election of a stronger Supreme Chancellor, one who could control the bureaucrats and give us justice.
Yeah. Political mumbo-jumbo. What are the Jedi doing? Well, they're busy filling in the Jedi Council on the Sith attack.
I do not believe the Sith could have returned without us knowing.
Ah, hard to see the dark side is.
But then Qui-Gon brings up his beliefs about Anakin.
You refer to the prophecy of the one who will bring balance to the Force. You believe it's this boy?
Well, if by balance you mean destroy both sides and leave them a vestige of their former strength, then, yeah, that's what he does.
I request the boy be tested, Master.
Oh. Trained as a Jedi, you request for him,
Bring him before us, then.
Truth be told, I don't care what happens to the little kid. Let's go see what the Queen's doing again.
Will you defer your motion to allow a commission to explore the validity of your accusations?
I will not defer. If this body is not capable of action, I suggest new leadership is needed. I move for a vote of no confidence in Chancellor Valorum's leadership.
Well, I know our political parties wish they had that power. I mean, it would be terrible for us because we'd never have a president for more than a week, but I know they wish they had it. But rather than watch the ants mill about their disrupted political nest, the Queen has a surprising announcement.
I've decided to go back to Naboo.
Wait, you're just going to up and run after what you pulled? You might have just caused irrevocable harm to the Senate and you're just going to get up and leave?
Ready my ship.
I guess so. Meanwhile, Anakin is met by the Jedi Council.
Your thoughts dwell on your mother.
Afraid to lose her, I think.
What does that got to do with anything?
For once, I agree with the kid. What's that got to do with anything?
Everything. Fear is the path to the dark side.
Oh, that's fair enough. I guess they took FDR's warning to heart.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Because of this, the Council refuses to train Anakin.
He is the chosen one. You must see it.
Clouded this boy's future is.
I will train him then.
An apprentice you have, Qui-Gon. Impossible to take on a second.
That's right! How dare you think you could take on 2 apprentices? It's not like you can train 2 people at once! I mean, come on! I mean, that probably would be the smart thing to do! I don't understand why they're not doing it. I mean, you get more Jedi to help keep the peace better. I mean, win-win!
Now is not the time for this. The Senate is voting for a new Supreme Chancellor, and Queen Amidala is returning home. Go with the Queen to Naboo and discover the identity of this Dark Warrior.
Well, on the bright side, I'm sure she's got a masterful plan to help take back her world from the Trade Federation. So, what is it?
I will take back what's ours.
There are too few of us, Your Highness. We have no army.
Well, you tried.
Jar Jar Binks.
Issa, Your Highness?
Inissa?
Yes. I need your help.
Turns out that the Queen wishes to form an alliance with the Gungans, and the only one who can take her to them is Jar Jar. But there is a problem.
You, sir, all bombard.
And there's an even bigger one that no one foresaw.
Wait, I still know you! You're the jerks who stole my ship!
Technically, you let us borrow it.
If something is borrowed, then it's supposed to be returned. Where is it?
Sir, it fell over a waterfall.
Please, kill them!
Whoopsie, gotta go! Run!
Okay, that doesn't happen. But by rights it should!
Your Honor.
Who's are these?
I am Queen Amidala.
What?
I'm Spartacus! I'm Spartacus.
So Padme's the Queen. Huh. Well, I can honestly say I wasn't expecting that. That was a good twist, Lucas. Hey! Let me give him one positive feedback thing in this whole review, please. Please, come on! So for some reason, this impresses the Gungans, and they agree to form an alliance. But there's still the problem about having no plan. Oh wait, they suddenly have one.
The Gungans must draw the droid army away from the cities. We can enter the city using the secret passages on the waterfall side. Then we can enter the palace and capture the Viceroy.
A well-conceived plan.
Oh, no. That plan is full of very variables, and it's not a very particular plan. Now, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm here. Finally, rather late, see, but I finally got here, and I was going to explain how all these characters are suffering from a fate called adoletosis, see? And adoletosis, that is look, this review has gone on long enough. Besides, we're way past that part. Just email me the information and I'll take care of it. I'll put it on the screen. Are you sure? Positive. Okay, yes, one moment, I'll just send that email over to you, and that is all I really have to do, and thank you. Okay, if you're interested to know what dolitosis is, it's there. So, everyone else, let's go on. News of the approaching Gungan army reaches the bad guys, and they quickly deploy their own army to face the threat. But the Gungans have a shield that protects them, and attacks do no good. Everyone else slips into the city, and Qui-Gon gives Anakin some instructions.
Once we get inside, you find a safe place to hide and stay there.
Wow! The stupidity of the situation is off the charts! Wow! I mean, the decision to bring the boy into this dangerous situation instead of just not bringing him, it just broke the stupid meter! Congrats, Lucas! Congrats! They get inside and start blasting everything. Meanwhile, the pilots rush to their ships and take off, although Anakin steals one ship to hide in. Oh well, I guess the safety of a little kid takes precedence over saving the world. But wait! What about the Gungans? Ceasefire. You mean they've been firing at the shield the whole time? I'm sure that more than just a few minutes have passed. Inept droids? Well, this time the droids decide to march in and take care of things themselves.
Ouch time.
And the battle is on! But no one really cares because Jar Jar's in the army. Meanwhile, Padme and the others start to go on, but they are stopped when the doors open to reveal... Darth Maul! Don't hurt me.
We'll handle this.
But more trouble comes when the destroyer droids show up, so Anakin starts up the ship and shoots them. Great job, kid! Now turn the ship off.
It's on automatic pilot!
Great. I'm sure we all know what's going on. So let's just get our Hail to the Savior salutes out of the way now so we don't have to do it later. Besides, something more interesting is going on in the hangar. Lightsaber duel! Woo! I remember seeing this for the first time and being awestruck. Some of that's worn off, but it's still awesome. Ow! Why'd you cut away? Fine. Padme's group tries to get to the throne room, but gets pinned down. Yeah. Oh! Alright, I'll pay attention to what's actually going on.
I'll try spinning. That's a good trick.
Do a barrel roll!
So as you can see, there's just a montage of action scenes. Gungans die, Jar Jar does something stupid, Padme's group splits up and advances, Jar Jar stupid again, lightsaber do. Woo! Lightsabers! But you just ended the awesomeness. Fine, okay, what's everyone else up to? Well, apparently the Gungans are routed, the Queen is captured, and Anakin is shot down and crashes into the hangar of the evil donut ship. All in all, sounds like a very typical Thursday to me. So, now that that's out of the way... Lightsabers! Woo! But Obi-Wan gets caught behind the last ray shield. Seriously, why are those a problem? The Jedi can just be all button over there. My god, that was easy! But I admit, if that was the case, then things like this wouldn't happen. No! Seriously, I'm not going to get tired of that. So even though the Queen gets captured, she's able to turn the tables by fighting some guns in the throne and threatening the Viceroy's life.
Now, Viceroy, we will discuss a new treaty.
Yes, but... what about Obi-Wan? Oh my god, it's epic! Why do they have that? I mean, a hole in the power station of the castle? Who designed that? Hey boss, I got a great design for how to improve this room.
Yeah, what is it?
What if we made it like a donut, and we have a big massive donut hole of doom in the middle that leads to nothing?
What? Why would you want to do that?
Well, let's say, hypothetically, that a bunch of guys wielding swords had to come in here, they had to fight around it. It would be awesome if they had to do that. Here.
Sounds kind of dangerous. I tell you what, how about if we add 10 pink random walls here to help protect that donut of yours?
But shouldn't the shieldy thingies be up anyway? I mean, the maintenance people could turn them off when they need to, and you could just have one at the very end so no one who's not supposed to be there would get in.
You want your donut?
Yes.
Then you're not question my logic! Let's do it!
But at least Anakin has a plan to end this movie sooner rather than later.
Take this!
We're losing power. There seems to be a problem with the main reactor.
That's the stupidest design for a starship ever! I mean, what if the Starship Enterprise had the main reactor in the hangar bay? The architects for the power room designed the ship too? Because only they would be stupid enough to do something like that. But the droid army powers down, turning the defeat into victory for the Gungans. But one last loose end remains to be tied up. was anticlimactic. I mean, seriously, he's caught off guard by that? I mean, we've had fast fighting already, we've had jumping around, and he's surprised when Obi-Wan jumps over him, grabs the lightsaber from his dead master, and then pauses for a couple of seconds before slicing him in half? Right. At least there's a conveniently placed hole for me to fall into so no one has to clean up my corpse. And that's why we need to have a big donut hole of doom there.
Pretty good.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to design the best starship ever, with the main reactor in the hangar bay. Nobody would suspect it!
That's my boy!
It's too late.
Yes, I agree. He was stabbed in the heart. I think he'd be dead a long time ago.
Promise me you will train the boy.
Yes, Master.
He is the chosen one. He will bring balance. Train him.
Thank God. I was really close to losing my monotone there. Oh well. So the Viceroy is sent away, and Senator Palpatine is made Supreme Chancellor of the Republic, but still deigns to notice Anakin.
We will watch your career with great interest.
Yes, let's see how Jake Lloyd is actually doing. Ooh, I guess you're not the chosen one after all. Obi-Wan is made a Jedi Master, but Yoda has some misgivings.
But agree with your taking this boy as your Padawan learner? I do not. The chosen one the boy may be. Nevertheless, grave danger I fear in his training.
Master Yoda, I gave Qui-Gon my word.
And I'm also afraid that he'll turn into a glowy blue man and then monotone at me if I don't keep that promise.
Your apprentice, Skywalker, will be.
And in no way say will I. Told you so I did.
Qui-Gon is burned, because apparently Jedi have not found a way to vanish into nothingness yet, and everyone has a grand old celebration. Except the audience. And while I did say I wanted to defend it, yeah, I have to admit, it is the weakest Star Wars movie. But I still believe that we are being too hard on it. Yes, much of it is inane and boring. Yes, the writing is somewhat horrible. Yes, the acting needs considerable work. But it was the starting point for a prequel series that fills in the background, explaining how Anakin got from this...
Are you an angel?
...to this.
Don't make me destroy you.
Besides, to be fair, the trilogy improved with each movie, even if the casting did not. But even if some people complain that this was an unnecessary trilogy to make in the first place, it still manages to be enjoyable to watch if you don't go digging too deep for meaning. And for all its flaws, it's still an alright movie, and far, far better than a lot of those other, more unnecessary prequels, I can assure you of that. So consider that before you cast the first stone against this movie. That's the gentleman's voice. Cheerio and... Probably some hate mail. Hello?
Greetings, gentlemen. This is your producer speaking, Dudley Doolittle.
Okay, what is it, Mr. Doolittle?
We have been receiving lots of reports of negative criticism for your review on Star Wars Episode 1. And we at Illuminated Cinema do not like getting complaints about such things. We like ratings to go up, not down.
Hey, you hired me to give my opinion, so that's all I'm...
We hired you to give good opinions, gentlemen, not stupid ones like this. You see, stupid reviews are ones that lose us views, and good ones are ones that make more money for me. And so, because of what you are doing, you are forcing me to take drastic measures. At will, Commander.
Commence primary ignition.